Will Ja be in the NBA?
I think he can be special. Skip, and I know when I say this, people look at the guy now, and because of all the injuries he's had, they're like, huh? But he reminds you of a young Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was Westbrook before Westbrook with his leaping ability and the way this kid can get to the paint. But what I love most about him, Skip, now he took 25 shots, had 36 points in the Ohio Valley Conference final game. Yesterday took 9. Yesterday he said, you know what? Oh, y'all don't want me to get off, huh? Guess what? Take that. The way he orchestrated this ball game. Now it's real easy, Skip, because his guys were making shots. The question I want to see is that will he still be as patient as he was yesterday if guys aren't making shots? Because we see a lot of times guys start up there making shots. Okay, I'm just gonna give it up. All of a sudden they start missing those shots. Then how do you react? Do you start just chucking the ball up? Skip, this kid's special. I've only seen bits and clips of him. I try to catch him, I stream and try to see some of his games. So I wanted just to see. Skip, this kid can play. I know it's Murray State, and the only other guy I can think of probably Popeye Jones. I think Popeye Jones went to Murray State. Skip, this kid can...
I knew Popeye very well. He could play. He could rebound.
This kid can play. This kid can do it all. And the point guard, he's athletic. And that's where that position is heading now, Skip. The old, guy, okay, he can just facilitate. Nah, because there's too many Kyrie Irvings and the James Hardens and the Steph Currys and the Mike Conleys, all these guys, De'Aaron Fox and D'Angelo. He's athletic enough to play that position, and he needs to be athletic because not only can you're going to have to slide your feet to try to slow these guys down because all these point guards in today's game, Skip, can go get you 50. It wasn't always like that. I love this kid. 34% shooter from the three-point line, 50% from the field, 80% from the free throw line. He was 11-11 yesterday, Skip. 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Let the game come to him. Did what he did to Marquette. Blew the doze off him. Kid special. He checked all the boxes. I don't know what the scouts thought of him before, but he checked the boxes yesterday.
So I'm going to go with you on special, but for completely different reasons than you just detitled.
Okay.
I see no Derrick Rose. I see absolutely no Russell Westbrook.
No, I'm saying just his explosiveness, his athleticism. Skip, you see that two-hand flush?
Okay, it was the only one in the game. He's highly capable.
Yeah.
But the reason he's special is because he doesn't think he needs to keep doing special things to convince you of that, right?
Yes.
He had one dunk in this game, and it was his coming out party. This is the biggest stage by far he's ever played on. So I thought we might see a dunk party, but he doesn't need to dunk.
No.
What happened on that play, on that dunk play? That was a backdoor cut off his big kid, he's a big kid, but he's got nice soft hands, the big kid does, that Cowart, however you say his name. And he does a little sweet backdoor bounce pass, and Ja just takes it right into that big, what's the 6'9" white kid's name? I can't think of his name. Just slams it on. Just get out of my way.
That's what
boom.
That's why LeBron don't be going up when they get the ball like that. You want LeBron to get dunked on like that, don't you? That's what you want, so you can come in here and keep showing it.
Here's the shock to me about Ja.
Okay.
We are going back to the future here. We got all throwback because we got a pass-first point guard, the opposite of Derrick or Russ, right?
Yes.
Complete pass first, who can score 25 a game. He averaged 25 a game as an afterthought. He will score when necessary,
correct,
when needed, but he doesn't step on the floor to score. He steps on the floor to pass. And you know who he reminds me of? He's like a much more talented Rondo. He plays like Rondo does. It's conventional, it's slow, it's steady, it's methodical. Now he'll go if you give him it's off to they are the racers and they live up. But in general, he walks the ball up the floor like Rondo does. He plays deliberate half-court basketball. He makes conventional passes. There is no Trae Young here whatsoever.
I think he's a better prospect than Trae Young.
He's way better than Trae Young. Yeah, to me. Trae is all whipped cream, all bells and whistles.
He got made crazy handle, Skip.
Okay, he does. And Trae Young can make spectacular passes. This kid makes spectacular conventional passes where you say, wow, but he doesn't. There's no whipped cream on it. He doesn't need to go through the leg, behind the back.
Yeah, he ain't trying to razzle dazzle.
No, there's no razzle. There's no dazzle. It just gets right where it's supposed to be, and every pass to those three-point shooters is right in the pocket.
Yep.
It's beautiful to watch. It is beautiful, old school, old-time basketball.
Yes.
His father was a high school teammate of Ray Allen's in South Carolina, small town South Carolina, who played some professional basketball overseas. And Josh says he was really hard on him, like Izzo kind of hard on him, where he was all over him. He learned to play the right. Zion learned to play the right way. It's all all the fundamentals are incredibly sound and respected by both of those South Carolina kids, right? They're both from South Carolina. But Ja is, he is so good with his left hand that there are times I start thinking, wait a second, is he left-handed? Because he plays sometimes like De'Aaron Fox. He looks like De'Aaron Fox. They're both 6'3".
Slender Bill.
Slender Bill. But this kid's he's got some sinew to him. I mean, he's put together. He's got some strength to him.
But Skip, if you look at the way his bounce off the floor, if you see the highlights where he's cuffing the ball coming from the free throw line, like Russ does when he gets the breakaway.
No, he
you
can.
look at that play right there, the dunk that he got on the big kid from Marquette, is a very play that D Rose did on a Phoenix Sun player. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that he's going to be any of those guys, but his athleticism, his explosiveness.
Okay, but speaking of explosive, so I kept saying, am I seeing some De'Aaron Fox? But he doesn't look as electric quick as De'Aaron
No,
is.
Fox can.
Okay, but I got to tell you, his subtle quickness, his sort of basketball quickness, it's like what you talk about in football, where with the ball under your arm, you're fast.
Right.
Well, somehow with the ball in his hand, he has quickness that is subtle.
Right.
It's understated, but it's not like anybody can stop him from getting into the lane, right?
I know everybody wanted to see, because you hear all the hype. And a lot of times, Skip, when you hear a hype and you don't get an opportunity to see the player, you're like, what was all the hype for? He lived up to the billing. He's everything you thought he would be. And I was like, okay, I thought he'd have a routine game. I thought he'd get his 20-plus points and his 10 rebounds. But this was even more impressive than his 2010 would have been, because not only did he dole out, that's a lot of assists in a college basketball game. And then he goes and gets you 11 rebounds. Now, first guard, I mean, I can't remember the last guard, D Wade, 03.
Yep.
Let that sink in. D Wade was the last guard. Draymond did it in 2012.
Nope, I got it. And that poor kid from Marquette, Marcus Howard, who's their little shooter, he had such a hard time because he went down and made his first shot. And what happened? Ja went right back down and made his first shot. And from there on, he said, no, this is my house now, right? And Ja is, what I love the most about him is he plays with confidence, but not arrogance. I don't feel any. Do you get any me from him?
No.
I don't get any me.
No.
I mean, the only me I get is from the Twitter handle. I got game 12. So I'm checking out his Twitter page last night, and guess what? He follows me. So he's going to be special. He's special. He's special.
Ja, you better
it's
get on.
over. Yeah. When I saw that, I said that he's got game.
Ja, you better follow your boy, because I got the good takes.
Really?
Yeah.
Look in the
On
break
Twitter?
if he's following you.
Yeah, I don't know how to do
That's
that.
going to be, I'll check for you. That's really important. That could be a big issue.
Yeah.
I started DM him like,
For
something.
what? You ain't got
Tell
nothing
him
to say.
he's
I thought
got
you don't
game.
want to talk to people. You know, you a bum. You don't want to talk.
I
Remember?
didn't. But I just...
Nah, don't talk to him. I'll talk to him.
I just love how he plays, and I just want him to stay humble and be himself and just go forward.
The athletes DM me.
Yeah. They do?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why.
You caught it, though. D Wade, me and D Wade cool.
Oh, are you going back and forth?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, bro, you know me and old goat James.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they know you'll defend them.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's why they DM.
No, ain't no defending.
They need an advocate on this show, right?
Protection?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
So, you know what? This Racer team, Murray State, I thought Murray State was actually playing, I thought they played last year in the national semifinal of the football championship, right? Because it was Kyler Murray State, right? Kyler Murray State?
No,
Where are we
Skip.
going
That's what,
here?
that's
Don't
what
do that.
Kyler
Don't
Murray
going
State.
here.
But they are the Racers,
Yes.
and this basketball Racers team, you know what? When I sat back, remember, they were under, I think they were 6-point underdogs going into the game yesterday. They wiped them out. That was a 20-point game much of the
Wasn't
way.
even- yeah.
It wasn't even a contest. Are we overlooking them? Are they going to go on a Cinderella run here? Because they look good to me.
Well, I mean, who's the next opponent? You think maybe
Florida State?
Yeah.
Florida State's a big.
that's the thing, yeah.
Well, Florida
I mean,
State.
maybe they can get to the Sweet 16.
Hartford, okay.
I think Sweet 16 would be a tremendous success for Murray State.
Look, the pressure was on for Ja, and
Gonzaga. I
he
think they'd get Gonzaga.
sold himself. Oh, yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
it would be Gonzaga. Yep, would be next.
Could
I don't
they
know.
shock Gonzaga? Maybe. Oh.
They're getting big. Gonzaga's a big team. Florida
Yeah.
State's an even bigger
They're
team.
bigger. No, I agree. It's going to be fun to watch.
Before we go to break, Ja does not follow you, Shannon. We just had some research.
Wonder why-
check
Ja.
stat. So just so you know, Shannon,
Ja, bruh.
before you say more.
This kid, he has basketball maturity. He follows the correct one.
Okay.
That's the most mature college game I've ever seen.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Bron followed me, so we good.
That's how we're gonna
Bron,
end this
D
one.
Wade.
That's how we're gonna end this one. Hopefully,
Does Bron follow you? Are you sure?
I'm 1,000% sure.
Really? Does he
Yeah.
DM?
Don't worry about all that.
Okay, something I'm also going to have to check on in the break. We are, though, going to switch gears to the NFL. Colin Kaepernick, he's not getting as much money as we thought. So we're going to discuss everything that we know, all the latest.